Plaintiff Sandra Stafford was married to the defendant for 10 years, and they had 3 children. Sandra claims after the defendant left the Air Force, he was unable to keep a job. And now that they're divorced, he refuses to play an active role in their children's lives. Sandra's suing her ex today for the cost of a snowmobile and repairs. Defendant Rory Stafford says the reason his marriage fell apart was because Sandra was a control freak and nothing was ever good enough for her. Rory says his children are old enough now that if they want to call him, they can. And he insists he offered to repair the snowmobile.
Tell me what happened.
Rory and I were married for 10 years. We have 3 children together. I filed for divorce in '96. He was in the Air Force when I met him and when we had the first couple of children, and he went to work and kept a job. Once he got out, he took the early, he didn't retire, but he took early out. He had difficulty keeping a job.
Why did he have difficulty, in your opinion?
He's lazy.
Okay.
Your Honor, that's not right.
Anything else about the background before I allow him to respond?
Now he hasn't been working,
Okay.
to my knowledge, for probably almost a year.
So he's still lazy, in your opinion?
And he has not paid any child support.
Okay.
The children, when we first got divorced and the children were younger, he did see the children. He only lived a couple hours away in Minnesota. Now he moved with another girlfriend in Wisconsin. He's 8 hours away. The children, when they call their father, he doesn't return their phone calls. For days. I've called him.
How old are
He
they?
hangs up on me.
How old are they?
My youngest is 15. My middle just turned 18. And my daughter's 19.
Okay. All right, sir, let me ask you, are you lazy, first of all?
No, I'm not, sir.
You're not lazy? All right. All right, you seem a little tired today.
Yeah.
Long flight here, sir.
Oh, long flight? Okay. You want to respond?
Yes, I do. We were married for 10 years, and the whole time she was controlling.
Give me some examples.
Well, if we were going to do something around the house, it would have to go in her exact way, do this first, do that next. And if it wasn't, she didn't think it was right, or I wasn't doing it quick enough, then it was all wrong.
Were you typically unemployed?
I worked a lot.
Okay.
When I got out of the Air Force, I had a job where we went to move to in Brainerd, Minnesota. And I worked there for 2 years. And then we moved from there to Springfield because her father died. And I had a job in Springfield right away. The ready-mix plant there laid me off. And then I drew unemployment until I got a job at Hacker's Nursery.
All right, those sound like legitimate reasons, ma'am. Go ahead with the other response to her allegation that you're detached from your children.
I figure they're old enough. If they want to talk to me, they can call me. They got phones. And I talk to them. The 2 boys, they come up deer hunting with me.
Okay. All right.
I disagree. They went up there one time to go deer hunting.
All right, what else you want me to know before we get to the snowmobile and repairs? Anything else?
My son also was an Eagle Scout. He's been in scouting for 13 years. I asked him to help pay for the scouts, help pay for the party, help pay for pictures for graduation, help pay for the reception, any of this. No, he didn't have any money. But then when it was time to have the party, he was there. When I asked him to help me set it up and help with it, no, he couldn't do that because he didn't feel, what was the word that he said? He
told him?
Appreciated.
Step up. State your name.
Mike Sense.
What is your relation to the?
Fiance.
Okay. And he called you
No, he
No, he told us that.
told us that when we set
when
up.
you all were together.
Yes.
You heard it. All right. All this is becoming irrelevant. So, snowmobile and repairs.
On Thanksgiving of 2008, the 2 boys drove to Wisconsin to go deer hunting. And they bought a snowmobile, a Rory snowmobile, for $600 with their own money.
Okay.
Justin drove his truck and pulled it home. It would not start. I called him. I told him that. He hung up on me.
If your sons purchased it, that
From
means
Rory.
right. That means they own it,
Yes, and it never worked.
and it never started. Is that
It
what
never
you're saying?
started.
Okay.
They couldn't get it off the trailer.
Okay.
The track wouldn't move. We had numerous problems
Did you
with
speak
it.
with him?
Yes.
What did he say?
He hung up on me. He called me a
Let me hear your
witch.
side, sir.
The boys came up to get their snowmobile. That was the second year they came up for deer hunting. I sold them the trailer and the snowmobile for $600. And before they came and got it,
Did you ever consider giving it to him?
I did, but I owed money.
Thought that was a
on
bad idea.
No. I needed the money to pay the loan so I could get the loan paid so I could get it to them.
Okay.
I started it, I greased it, and made sure it ran and everything before they took off with it. But I didn't drive it to see if it ran, you know.
Were they able to start it?
Yes.
Did they witness it operating?
I don't remember that.
I don't believe
I
so.
think that's a lie.
Okay, and how long
It
after
started.
that did you hear from them about it not working?
I would say a week or two.
Is that true, ma'am?
No.
How long was it?
2 days. We were waiting for snow because we didn't have any snow.
And when the snow came, you
When the
tried
snow
it and it
came,
didn't work.
we called them. The boys called them. The problem was Rory had another son before we were married, and that son had told my children that if you say anything bad to Dad, you'll never talk to him again. He'll never talk to you again. So when I told him, you know, the snowmobile doesn't run, you need to call your father and tell him that. No, let's just try and make it work. Let's try. They're afraid because
Gotcha.
they know.
They tried and it didn't.
Yes,
You're saying obviously that he defrauded them
absolutely.
because otherwise it was an as-is sale. Yes.
The boys had known, and this was their father, and they had known years ago the snowmobile was working. He told them it worked.
When did
They
he tell
believed
them?
him.
When did he last tell them it worked?
When they picked it up.
When they picked it up. They
Sir?
were planning on driving
Hold
it.
on, sir. Did you tell them it worked when
Yes,
they
I
picked
did.
it up? And when they called you later, what did you tell them?
I told them if there's any problems, we could fix it. If they had problems,
And what happened?
he asked me if a new belt would work, and I said, well, it might. So he went and bought a belt and put it on. It still didn't work. They took it to somebody else that I have no idea who it was.
Did you ask the boys, why is your mom taking it to someone else? I told you all I would fix it.
I didn't ask him that.
All right.
Could I?
Your Honor.
Come on up, ma'am. State your name.
Don Petters.
What do you want to tell me?
I would just like to say that when I went with my brother to my ex-sister-in-law's house for one of the kids' Eagle Scout Award, and we were having a discussion before we went home. Sandy was upset, and she was talking and about the snowmobile and some other things.
How long after the purchase did that occur?
About 8 months.
Yeah.
Okay, and
6
what
to
was
8
being
months.
said, ma'am?
Well, she presented like, Rory sold the kids a snowmobile and it's never started. Don't you think they should have their money back? And I was like, well, certainly. If it never started
Then
and never
what?
ran, well, then we went back in the house and she said, Justin, do you want the money back for your snowmobile? He goes, no, Mom, I want to keep it. I want to fix it.
Ma'am?
But
It
he said,
sat for 8
It
months?
cannot be fixed. It's junk. What
So-
happened was...
Hold on. Sir,
my point.
8 months later, you didn't even try to get them their money back.
After a while, I said, I'll pay them back, but I can't write it all at once. I
8
can't-
months later? 8 months later, did you give them a dime?
No.
No.
Have you given them a dime yet?
I gave Nick a check for $100.
That's a tacit admission that you intended to pay them, and you would only intend to pay if you felt liable for it. Therefore, I'm going to grant the judgment. Now, your sons, why aren't they here to sue?
They were 15 and 17 when they bought it.
Okay, they
The
were
older
minors,
one
and
is-
you have a right to represent the minors. So I will grant you your judgment, $842. Have a good day.